In this video, I want to look at three interrelated interactive media items in Logos Bible Software 7. And the first one is the Bible browser. And I really love these interactive browsers. And this particular one is really envisioning a new way to search the Bible. We've been so used to looking at the Bible for so long by book, chapter, and verse. And really, there are other ways to look at it. And so Logos has taken all the myriad of information and in this instance taken certain portions of information that they've layered over top of the Bible so that we can see a new perspective on the Bible and look at it in a new way and browse it in a new way. And a lot of the new interactive media have a very similar feel to this one, and so we'll go over two other ones at the top here, Miracles of the Bible and Speaking to God. But we'll start with the Bible browser here. So you see from top to bottom different categories of things, and they put them at this list because really it's kind of best to start from the top and go down to the bottom. Sometimes you won't need to get all the way to the bottom to find what you need. But in this instance, I'll show you just some quick examples that really I'm making up off the top of my head so you can see the power of this new Bible browser. So for instance, if I wanted to go to a specific book of the Bible like Matthew, I choose Matthew. That's no surprise. We're just at the book of Matthew. But what if I wanted to see specifically, for instance, the times that Jesus was the speaker? So now I'm looking at Matthew, but only the times when Jesus is speaking. Okay, so sometimes it says Jesus. Notice here, Jesus answered him. But notice Matthew 4:4, he answered. Well, the he is Jesus, and Logos has derived that information for us. So now we have here every time Jesus is speaking. What if I want to get more specific and say Jesus was speaking in Matthew about heaven? So now I click on that, and so now I've specified further. I want Jesus speaking only in the Gospel of Matthew about heaven. And so now we've filtered the results more, and we see all of the places that he's talking about heaven. What if I changed my mind and I didn't want to see the topic being heaven? You see up here, here's the filters that we're clicking on the left side are now going on the top. So I can just choose heaven by clicking the little X. That will remove it. And so we're back to where we started. So what if instead I wanted to see the times that Jesus was speaking to the disciples? So now I click on that. And so now we have both the speaker and the listener, as it were. So now here's all the times when Jesus is speaking to the disciples. Now what if I want to see the times where he's talking about, for instance, good works? So now I have, again, this is very powerful and very quick. Imagine trying to find this by doing just searches of words in the search, which again in Logos is very powerful, this search button, but this is just a whole new way to find things at a rapid rate. So I've now found, because of Logos's powerful data that they have here, every time Jesus is addressing the disciples directly about good works, only in the Gospel of Matthew, and so here we have them here. You can go further down, as we mentioned, so it could refer to certain events. There could be other participants. It could be a particular setting that they're in. So I could say, when was he talking about good works in Jerusalem? And so we narrow down further. Places, obviously, anywhere it might be. And below, so you see some common examples. There's Bible book divisions. That's what we started with. You can see specific people. We've already done that. Places, events. And we've chosen a topic already. You see that there's more. They give you the top topics, but there's always that little more button to open up more. And usually it opens another 8, 9, 10, and there's still a more button. So you can keep just drilling down, 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 and seeing all the many topics, of course, that he's addressing. Again, that happens everywhere when there's more. You can just keep going down, down, down. And this last one, senses, is more to do with word level This is drawing from the Bible Sense lexicon, which again is this excellent lexicon that's in-house for Logos. And so this is an additional way you can drill down more to the word level. In this case, when we're talking about the tops of good works, it may not be as relevant. But if you are going to kind of more general topics and then want to see what words may be utilized, that may make more sense. So for instance, if I wanted to clear all these out, I can just click Start again. That should clear them all. And so let's say again, I want to look this time in the Gospel of Luke, and I want to see every time that a particular topic is discussed. Let's say it's about blessings and cursing, and then going down to senses when it's talking about horrors. There's a whole lot we can do. So this is specifically looking at this point about the woes, right? Blessings and cursings. Woes to you is obviously the cursing, but the senses using that interjection of horror, that's the woe. So we end up at the woe passages in Luke. And again, a very powerful way to browse the Bible in this whole new way, and I really love this Bible browser. This same type of user interface is typical of some of their other interactive resources, and so the two others I want to show you just quickly, and you'll start to see how it's similar, is that on the left-hand side you choose what you want. In this case, this Miracles of the Bible. Again, just think of the amount of time it would take to find this type of information, yet it's collated here for us. Just incredible. So for instance, if I wanted to see all of the nature miracles, you can see here I would click Nature, and I wanted to see the nature miracles that Moses performed. So now I'm down to a few of them, and I want to see the one that occurs in Numbers. So now I'm down to one. There's one nature miracle in the book of Numbers. What if I wanted to see, is there nature miracles in Numbers other than Moses? I could just uncheck Moses, and there are two. There's the budding of Aaron's rod, but it wasn't done by Moses. So again, same type of thing, only it's a more specific content type. Like the Bible browser, you choose your filters from the left-hand side. What's on the left-hand side here, by the way, is the same as what sits across here. And in this case, we have the language of agent and patient. So the agent is the one doing the miracle. The patient is the one who has the miracle performed on him. So this is how the Miracles of the Bible interactive works. And the Speaking to God interactive, again, is a similar thing in that we have filters on the left-hand side, but this time we're talking about speaking, but only speaking that is done directly to God. And so in this case, your addressee is always going to be God, or in this case, Jesus. Is it a dialogue? Is it a monologue? So is God talking back to them back and forth? Or is it a monologue where it's just a one-way? Is it some sort of soliloquy? So they have these different types. Then you have the speakers. Then you have what book of the Bible you maybe want to look at. Different contexts. Is it prophetic? Is it literary? Is it a communal prayer? The distance, remote, abstract. Different types of modes. Is it prayer? Is it music? Is it meditation? Different types of content, the places in which it occurred. Again, this is just this type of information to drill down to do regular searches would just take you all kinds of time. And Logos is really to be commended in Logos 7, starting in Logos 6 with these new interactive forms of finding information is just making some of this searching just lightning quick now. So those are three examples of these new interactive browsers: the Bible browser, Miracles of the Bible, and Speaking to God.